It's the blockchain.
Hey!
We took a week break. Yeah.
We are back.
We're finally here.
Your regular scheduled podcast with limited competition. Dare say no competition.
The competition, they're killing themselves.
Yes.
Things
What
have been
a treat.
This one.
crazy
Yeah.
in the past, 3 days.
Twitter has become even more of a dumpster fire than it was
Cancel
before.
nukes.
Yeah.
Cancel nukes
We're
left
recording
and
this
right.
on a Tuesday, and I did not think that night, Monday night, where all this shit went down, would I didn't think anything would happen. I was just making stupid, wholesome drawings, and then this bullshit occurs in the middle of the night. It's great. Stick around.
For those of you who are unaware, the users known as John Bub, Inkplasm, and I guess we'll throw Tirehead in there too, have currently been outed as basically groomers.
We'll get around to that, but before we do,
each their own special case.
yeah,
Yes.
before we get into that, how have you?
Yeah, it had Tuna, the guest Tuna.
Oh, hello.
Oh yeah, I'm Electric. This is
Yeah.
Tyc,
I'm back.
and there's Tuna. The return
Back.
episode.
Yeah,
You
I'm
finally
here.
returned to answer your question. Who is your
I'm not
favorite
driving
artist?
anymore.
Because we cut you out in the end of the last episode.
Yeah, you did. I'd say currently, I'd probably say people like Hosh is pretty nice. I like their stuff. Very fun.
Yeah.
Basically, a lot of other fucking furry artists that you
The
that I-
audience wouldn't understand.
yeah, you guys wouldn't understand.
Nah.
You wouldn't understand, but
Holy fuck.
What?
Sorry
What?
to cut you off. Senior Palo just liked my meme, bro. Live on
Dude,
the
you're famous.
fucking podcast, the actual Senior Palo liked
Dude.
my
Boy.
TF2 meme
All right.
about pedophiles.
Oh, I hate to do this, but I'm bringing visuals up for this
and
episode.
flying snake.
All right.
Like,
I think
just,
it's fair.
just screenshots. Like, send a screenshot of Palo liking it, and we'll put it in the thumbnail.
I don't know if we'll put it in the thumbnail.
Put it in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I'm just taking back seat in this entire podcast, aren't I?
Yeah.
No, you're a necessary component. It's not about you, but you're featured. Usually the guests are the episode is about the guests, but you're the exception this time around because the events surrounding the episode have just been so
Ridiculous.
bonkers. We should start at the very beginning. Essentially, it's all started with Inkplasm, didn't it? Yeah.
It always starts with that motherfucker.
You two are gonna have to find another joke for this podcast because all I remember from this
Yeah.
podcast is, let's get Inkplasm and John
That
Bob
was
on
the
the podcast.
shtick. That was the
The only-
shtick, and now they're gone.
Now they're gone. They're no longer.
and bad people.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe we should unlist those episodes.
I wanted. I legitimately
Re-release them,
wanted
but
Inkplasm on the
completely censored.
podcast so bad, but now the dreams are dashed because my
Oh.
morality.
Dashed.
Yeah.
You still want Shadman on there though.
Well, he's at least not there's nothing was leaked about him actually DMing children.
Is that true?
So yeah.
Yeah.
Chad,
So somehow
can you search that up?
Shadman is better than John Bob and Inkplasm.
It's such a.
I don't think they like this younger generation, born after 2001. I don't think they would understand Shadman as much as us. I don't know.
I
How
wasn't
many of
born
you
after.
grew up in the Newgrounds era? I feel like I'm the only one.
I don't think I want to disclose my certain escapades
On
of my
Newgrounds.
past life.
Of your
Yeah.
past life.
Because I grew
I
up
think
in
I'm
the
very
Newgrounds
soon,
era,
but-
so I've seen a lot of disgusting artists, worse than Shadman, somehow.
Yeah.
Sounds about
Technically,
right.
I grew up in that era, but I wasn't on the internet as much. But I was I was on the
Playing
internet,
with
just
your
not
fucking
all the time.
wooden yo-yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did bring
out
this
in
up
rural
yesterday
America.
in last night's VC when all this shit went down. I see like Shadman, Stone Toss, and like all these big artists as essentially a facade, like a persona. Because of course that's not what they're gonna act like in real life.
Yeah. It's like having your persona of a bad person, but you're probably decent, and the
Probably
the persona of a good person, and you're actually stupid.
Yeah,
Like you
that's why we're
Yeah.
assholes, because we're secretly r/nice guys.
Fuck all of you. don't actually, please. I
Yeah.
beg. Please.
God,
You
no.
were listen, Tuna. You were the one calling me bad things,
Unspeakable things, especially for the
Unspeak-
podcast.
Yeah.
even though we've already said
Hey,
it a million times.
that's because we're good old chum pal friends, aren't we?
Yeah. But I'm not Canadian, so
You say that with a note of disdain, but okay.
yeah. We should get back on track. Anyways, so
Yeah.
the story, the whole documentary. So Inkplasm started with, was he called out or did he say it himself? I don't remember. I think he was called out.
Yeah.
He was called out, and then a big statement came around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, called out basically for sexual stuff. But I mean, Inkplasm's the least surprising. Like, if anything, we just saw it coming because in the short of it, Inkplasm offered a discount on a commission in exchange for a video of a minor exposing themselves in public.
Yeah, that one was
Yeah.
really just
The thing that makes it more
There's
whack
a bad
is that
taste in my
Wow.
mouth.
he wants it in public.
in
Yeah.
public.
Like
Because apparently, I won't name my source, but apparently he's got a shaming kink. I heard from an anonymous source.
Damn.
yeah,
I
so
thought that was more of a voyeurism thing, but yeah.
yeah, that's enough
Oh,
about him. We don't want him
Yeah.
to jack it listening
not-
to this podcast. If he's listening.
I'm just saying it. I'm
Uh.
just saying how it was presented in the public eye. You know, this was all public and
Very upsetting.
announced. Anyways, continuing from that was like kind of cool. Inkblood like completely privated his account and said he was leaving for a little while, like a break, you
Kinda
know.
cool.
And like it's normal, it's fair. It's already happened a couple times. Whatever.
He came and
Days-
left. He came.
Yeah. He saw a game as well. Anyways,
He came.
like a
on
day or
feet.
so later. How long ago was it? Like just like a day later? Not even.
It was within the week, at least, I think.
Yeah. Out of fucking nowhere. Like literally out of nowhere. No one saw this coming. John Bob, of all people, released a statement. A very bad statement. About how he himself groomed a minor as well. Or not like as, because Inkblood's situation isn't really grooming. It's just stupid.
Gross.
Especially like
children.
this is significantly different because this is when John Bob was 18,
Yeah.
and now
Inkblood's
he's
not even 18. And they were the same age in
he's-
that scenario.
yeah. Inkplasm's just like he's a stupid child. He's really fucking
Yeah.
retarded.
Gotta be honest. God, retarded.
Jeez.
Yeah. And John
I
Bob
mean, yeah.
being like a grown ass man, an adult, grooming little children, and
It's not okay. Let's say the facts here. This isn't little children. They were 15. Well, he was 18, which is still like but I mean, it's not like good old Frank said. It's not as bad as if they were 3 years old.
It's still pretty bad.
yeah.
It is still very bad,
It's still very bad.
Oh,
especially how
terrible.
the initial like statement was very sugar coated, and like they mentioned something of like
I didn't like
like-
that part.
yeah, they were the ones advancing on me. It's not my fault. No, he was saying it was his fault, but it was super sugar coated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I should have put I need a warning. They'll understand the first sentence. They'll get it. If this stuff makes you sensitive, stop watching now. Should I
Yes,
tell
this
you
is-
that?
This is like our most serious episode.
I don't know why you guys brought me on for the most serious episode, but yeah.
Because you wanted to be on.
Okay, well, I wanted to be on, but
This
then
isn't going to be the
happened.
whole podcast. We just have to. We have a
have to
podcast
get
about
this out
Twitter
of the way.
happenings in the artist community, and we're not going to bring this up.
It's okay, folks. This isn't the whole podcast. I swear.
This is going to be like a third of the episode at
Only
if we're lucky.
We're only 10 minutes in. We're only 10 minutes in.
Okay.
Anyways, so with that went on, and then I think at some point didn't he deactivate his account, and then brought it back?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, John Bob. And something yada yada yada.
He also deleted his NSFW, and someone
Yeah.
swooped that at like within the hour. John
Yeah.
Boobies.
Yeah, some random ass dude with 19 followers that isn't even like an artist.
My favorite thing is that his only thing in his bio is hockey.
Yeah, at John Boobies. Go follow that guy. Because it's not John Bob, it's someone new. Anyways.
Someone new.
Also, Twitcast, gone. I believe I may possess the only remnant of its existence in the video format in a dumb meme of John Bob talking about sexualizing characters.
Horror.
With all the events that occurred, it's hard to see that clip in the same light. Of
I think it makes
very
it funnier. I think it makes it funnier.
I guess it depends on the person.
So yeah, until
I
Rad
don't
comes
like
out with yeah.
I don't like that they used Battle Black Theater music. I'm gonna start thinking about that podcast whenever I play that game because I love that game.
Sounds like a you problem. Anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Until Rad starts his own podcast, we're competition free. At least in the Twitter artist community.
Be friendly competition.
Yeah. I think for the most part, at least to my knowledge, but yeah. And then when Rad makes his podcast, we'll take him down too.
I guess our only competition right now is a Nerd Spectrum.
The Nerd Spectrum podcast.
I forgot.
We've already had
I
one
forgot
of
about
those.
that one.
They're less Twitter artists and more just gamers.
Yeah, it doesn't really count.
They're
I don't know.
sponsored.
I don't think it even put out a third episode yet.
They did. I saw it in my
Did they?
timeline.
I didn't.
Not my timeline, Joe's server. He puts it in the Joe's joints. So next topic.
No, we're continuing the story. Then, out of the blue, like, not even that long, like a
few hours ago.
Yeah. Tarhead, the Rat Man, there was a post against that guy for being apparently not only a groomer, but super fucking abusive as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, telling people that they're stupid and they should kill themselves and whatnot, you know, the whole shebang. He has yet to release a statement, yet he posted that he in fact will. So
This is we were recording on the same day this happened.
yeah, it's been crazy. I posted a meme that got like 2K likes.
You may have seen it around.
Yeah,
maybe.
I may have seen it.
Listener
maybe.
of the podcast.
Currently,
Probably
it's sitting
old
at
news by the time you're
1.8K.
listening to this.
Oh,
Yeah.
it'd be like a week old. About.
I've been fucking making bank off these John Bob memes, though. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
You're-
Like,
As soon as I heard about the whole John Bob thing, I took that SpongeBob clip of a child molester, and I immediately made a John Bob meme. Top priority, and I was going to sleep, but gotta make fun of John Bob. Fucking idiot.
God.
I mean, even the TF2 meme that Senior Palo liked is sitting at 78 likes right now. And Tuna's been making fun of me.
Subtle.
He's been making fun of me for becoming a meme
Yeah, I
account, which
have.
I'm not. I'm still an artist.
Guys,
Yeah.
I'm
he's
not a meme account.
He's peaked.
There's just so many. This is so much more fun and easier to make memes than to draw.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to be using my other alias on Twitter. You don't have to worry about that. Like, Vel, you know about it, but not you, Tuna, not yet.
Yeah. Never know.
Not yet. I'm scared.
You will.
Oh, no.
Oh God, the lag.
Well, listen, yeah. Are you there, Tuna?
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Hello.
Oh, there you
Hi.
go.
Oh my god.
Hi.
So
Oh yeah.
What's our next topic?
No, we're still continuing the thing because there's more
How long
components
does
to
this? How many moving parts is there in this story?
Because the
this is-
Tarhead thing was very fun.
Not fun.
to see.
It was not fun. You should not call it that fun at all.
It was fun in the sense of watching a man's life crumble.
Yeah.
You're-
We're just taking joy out of the fact that people's lives are getting fucked over.
you know,
It's their own
the
fault
normal-
for being fucking groomers. Anyways,
Especially since they're like grown adults
yeah,
grooming like 15-year-olds.
I'm allowed to be an
I have
asshole to these
I have
people
a
because they're
real good feeling about this podcast.
no one's gonna watch it.
No one.
Well, no one who will
Two
get
listening at
offended
this
by
point.
the fact that we're goofing on like pedophiles.
I won't put John Bob's name in the title. Don't worry, it won't get attention.
No, it's just going to be called like Twit Groomers or something stupid.
Something. The Twitcast.
The twit.
It could.
Twit is right.
Yeah. Anyways, the final component of this little bow with the icing on top, the cream, the pretty little bow on top. Kai Fraz. In the past has gotten some heat for very simplified, but basically saying that you should beat your kids, or like that people who weren't beaten as kids are like the snowflakes or something similar. I'm sure I'm being not accurate about it, but it sounds more funny if I say it that way. Has recently gotten flack for hardcore defending John Bob, even though John himself is saying that John Bob himself is putting himself forward as this not very good person. Kai feels the need to stalwartly defend his honor. I guess he's already failed No Simps September.
He's back.
Yeah, he's already simping.
Kai is simping hard for John Bob.
First day out, bro.
He pulled the card. He pulled that fucking card where he's like, it's not pedophilia, all right? It's the other one, for teenagers. Like yeah, that's what it's just true.
It's the same difference.
But socially, it's not like that. Doesn't fucking matter. Like it's still a bad thing. Doesn't make it better. I'm gonna call it pedophilia. I'm glad we don't have like ads or anything. 'Cause this one would be demonetized.
This is
Oh,
single-handedly gonna ruin any chance of ads.
They're like
ever.
the episode that actually gets sponsored. We're going to have to filter the fuck out of ourselves.
Then it wouldn't be authentic. It wouldn't be blockchain.
Get Raycon. They'll sponsor you.
But yeah, the reason this is just so monumental, it's just like the Twitter artist hierarchy, like that group of friends, that it's like the face of the Twitter artist community has crumbled apart. Like it's like ding dong, the wicked bitch is dead, right? Like.
So if you want to follow Twitter artists that aren't pedophiles, come to the blockchain.
Yeah.
Except
Guaranteed
for
not
Val,
pedophiles.
it's a meme page.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill you.
Could have gone somewhere. Anyways.
It's okay. No one's gonna follow me either. All I do is post furry art.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's mostly like simplified, covering the whole, not everything, but the most of the goings on recently. Oh yeah, we were making bets on who in John Bob's Twitter banner is going to be the next
Why?
groomer.
God.
For, Tyke, you said there'd be more visual elements this episode. Can I send you my
Yeah.
edition of that? You can pop it up on screen right
I
now.
don't like that picture.
Or around here. You were there. You made it with me.
I disagreed with a lot of points that were made.
This is pretty biased.
It's very
Essentially,
it's worse than
the
Rad's.
black is we don't know who the hell that is. The green is safe. The red is already outed. And hold on, give me a sec.
And the blue is suspected, possibly. We're not suspected. We're like betting that they're going to be the next big Twitter artist groomer. Explain the blue.
Yeah, the blue is kind of like
Yeah.
'cause that's your handy dandy color key right there.
Thanks.
So if you follow them, don't follow them. Follow us. We're the blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
We're funny.
Probably.
Funny.
I mean, we get some viewers.
Occasionally. Yeah.
We had Weebros on
once
the
in a while.
podcast, bro. He's the funny man. He's the funny meme man. Funny Joel
still think-
Vinesless meme man.
I still think the best how he got on was my favorite part.
Put me on the podcast.
Put me on the podcast.
How could I refuse? That's such a Chad move. God, if Ink Plasma was still around, I would be so inspired to just DM him. Come on the podcast.
Get on the podcast.
Get on the podcast.
Get on the podcast.
I think we should say, for like legal reasons, everything we said about John Bob and Ink Plasm in the previous episodes. We redact those statements.
It's public. Like
Even
they
though-
said those things themselves.
Even the ones.
We do not condone their actions.
Of course, we don't condone their actions.
Yeah.
This is for the record.
Yeah, for the record. For all the lawyers listening out here, we're joking.
For legal, that fucking YouTube lawyer man.
legal.
Legal.
Man.
Please
been
contact our attorney, Saul Goodman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remembered. I keep forgetting to. I got to put the blockchain email like on the YouTube account for business inquiries.
Business inquiries.
So
Yeah.
if you
Be
want to
very
be the next
interesting.
episode, don't DM us on Twitter. Just email.
We won't check it.
Please. Yeah.
I don't know. We should get an assistant to just check our emails.
Hire someone.
Hire someone to manage the social media.
Even though you don't gain any income from this.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's for non-profit.
A non-profit organization.
Ah, yes.
You know, unless we get a sponsor.
Get a sponsor. You know what I'm saying? You know.
If you-
Yes,
if you
Raid
could
Shadow
get-
Legends.
Yeah.
Looking at you,
If
buddy.
You could get one.
Yeah.
If you could get one sponsor, which one would you want it to be?
Like our choice.
It would probably
Yes.
like I would love to get sponsored by like a VPN, so I don't have to pay
Raid Shadow
for it.
Legends. Raid
dude.
Shadow Legends.
Yeah,
They pay a lot of money from what I hear.
yeah.
Yeah, but you have
I
to be
I could
brand friendly.
I got a friend that got sponsored from Raid Shadow Legends like a few months back, and like
Oh, yeah?
he got paid. Yeah, he got paid good money. Now he's like living in a condo,
Jesus Christ.
and he
Fuck.
hasn't uploaded in months, like almost since then.
Well, you know
Jeez.
what? We've already stated the guest doesn't get any of the profits. You know, we'll
Yeah.
cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even get $1.
Okay, maybe they get they get a
Listen,
0.5% cut.
Tuna, I will find where you live, because you're not that
Yeah.
far. You're kind of far, but not that far. And I will order you a pizza. That's gonna be
You'll
your
order me
compensation. Yeah.
I would not mind that. Unless you order it at like fucking midnight. In which case, I will very much mind that.
But yeah, I wanted to mention this whole Twitter stuff has been kind of crazy since this year's been so boring. It's been terrible, of course, and like, sure, this is a shitty situation, but at least it's kind of fun to like see it happen. It's like 2016 is what I'm thinking. Like this drama, these people getting, just destroyed and
Yeah.
burnt up. It's like getting
then-
thrown off the internet. Like,
And then the
ridiculous.
politics.
yeah, man, like that was at least exciting. Like it felt like the end of the world, but not in a depressing way. This year's just been depressing as hell. Except, I mean, this is still depressing, but it's exciting. I got 1K likes. I got like nearly 2K likes on
Look on the
my
bright side,
meme.
guys.
Yeah,
Look on the bright side, guys. Vel is getting Twitter clout.
I'm getting clout. See, that basically makes all the suffering worth it.
Yeah.
I hope none of the victims actually watch this video. It's gonna be really insensitive.
This is the, yeah,
Then we'd
this is the
seriously be
horrible-
on some block list.
You know what? True to the name.
Yeah.
Can't wait to lose all of
the
my
blockchain Twitter
followers.
account. Yeah, the blockchain Twitter account still gets followed by like cryptocurrency accounts.
Fuck.
Should we
I
start
love it
blocking
when
them?
Yes.
No, that's.
I want to start
that's-
blocking them.
You can
Because
do
Lord
that.
knows we're not going to like do any business talk with them. Or
Yeah.
talking with them at all.
Like, would you like to talk about Bitcoin?
No.
On the podcast? No,
I
I
still
don't want to talk
think
about it.
my favorite thing about that was when one of them liked one of my comments on one of your tweets. It wasn't even related to like Bitcoin in any like capacity. I didn't even say blockchain.
Believe it or not, despite initial review, we do have some viewer questions.
Oh shit, we do.
God, I
Actually.
hope none of them is do you fart.
None of them
Okay.
is. None of them is.
Thank
We'll
fuck.
start with the one most similar to that by Sebo. Should I jack off?
Fucking
From
fine.
Barack Obama.
Fine, do what you want. I'm not
think
going to
so.
stop you.
Legitimate. There are some legitimate questions though.
Yeah.
Specifically, at No Context Speed R for speedrunners. Ever broke a drawing tablet before? That's an art question. Yeah.
Yeah, I used a
Close.
Wacom Intuos. Like, that was my first drawing tablet, digital drawing tablet, and the cable broke. Like, yeah, I didn't break it intentionally. It just sort of broke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Will you ever break it intentionally? Fuck this thing.
Well, since like now I'm using
Snap.
screen tablets, I probably would like
Oh, yeah?
accidentally break it from how much pressure I add.
You're just ridiculing it.
Just
Really laying
scratching
on
the
the
screen.
pressure.
At least I'm not.
Yeah.
At least I'm not going to be like one of those idiots that use like a metal nib.
A metal nib? Why would
Yeah,
you're gonna
some-
sharpen it like a pencil sharpener?
Yeah, some artists that used
Put it on the grinder.
screen tablets like the Cintiq. They put in little metal nibs,
What's
So-
the benefit of that? Why would you do that?
so like the nib doesn't deteriorate from all the scratching.
Just replace your fucking nibs.
Yeah, they're not that expensive. Like how much are they? Like $10?
I mean, I barely
I guess-
exchange mine anyways. They
Yeah, I
work
guess
for
it-
a long time.
It also depends on the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a disaster.
Fucking
I know that
Wacom's expensive ass cables.
I haven't really broken my any tablets, thank goodness. But I did have a really shitty one. I don't know if anyone's used a UG tablet before, but I was using like one of their really kind of older, cheaper models, and when I moved up to my new computer, it would just not work on my computer. Most infuriatingly, when I tried to, because fun fact, I'm
Yeah.
left-handed, so I have to change the orientation on the entire tablet.
Oh yeah, I forgot
And
you're
there's-
left-handed and Canadian.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
Fuck. I'm surrounded.
And so like for some reason the way that the thing was scaled, because I got a bigger monitor, I couldn't click the goddamn button. And so I had to get a new tablet because it just would not work, and it was really upsetting. But honestly, I'm really glad that I instead got a Huion tablet, which is a whole lot nicer to work with.
Cool.
And
Cool.
yeah, so I also on that UG tablet I used to use as a placemat for when I was eating pasta in front of my computer, which
God.
it said not to use. Put hot things on
Damn.
it, and what I'd usually do is put it like a towel, but then every single time.
It's a
Yeah,
bad
you're not
idea.
putting it to waste.
Yeah. I did put a towel there, but it still got warm, and it made me a little bit scared every so often.
Yeah. I never completely broke a tablet, besides it just kind of dying of usage, but I almost broke one, and it's kind of fun. I had this thick metal frame hanging up on my wall for like a picture, and the picture was a very nice caricature of me IRL. I love that picture. But it was like a big sort of metal frame. It was thick, you know? And I had it up on my wall, and I guess I had my window open, and it was a particularly windy day, and like I usually set my tablet to the left side, and that was where my frame was as well. So like the wind just blew straight into like my room, lifted the like frame off its hinge, I guess, and it just fell like 2 straight feet away from the wall and slammed right on the corner of my little tablet here. The dent is still there. It was like right on the plastic part though, not actually the sensitive like
the actual
reading part.
screen.
Yeah, but it was so close.
I know that would probably give me a heart attack.
Oh, it did. It fucking and it still worked just fine. But God, that's a
Nice.
deep like dent in my just the plastic side of my Wacom tablet.
I'm imagining if it did hit like the part that senses it, and I would just imagine you having to work around your art like that.
Oh no, it was like a brand new tablet too.
Oh,
So
Mom
it
would've
still works. It's the one I still
freaked
use
out.
to this very day.
I just remembered that my tablet that I'm using now came with 2 pins, and one of them like stopped working a few months back.
damn.
It's like the closest thing I have to breaking this tablet, which I've had for like 2 years. This screen tablet cost a pretty penny.
How
Yeah.
is screen tablets? I never really found because
Yeah.
I have like it feels like I'm putting my very nice monitor to waste. with
Yeah,
it.
I mean, initially I was like, when I was starting off digital art, I was like, no, bro, I can't use like the one without the screen, bro. It's like impossible, because I used to draw on the phone. Eventually I got the hang of it, and now I'm like, I can't imagine using the screen to draw on. What is this?
I feel the opposite, since I initially started with a Cintiq 13 HD, and like
Jeez.
I could not go back to just normal tablets since then.
Jeez.
Like I haven't drawn on one in 2-3 years. Well, 2 years.
Yeah.
And since Wacom has a lot of driver issues, I got a Huey on tablet like 2 months later, which is like 22 inches, and
22
it's
inches,
yeah, it's a big ass screen.
Shit.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's worked significantly better with animations, and so I did a bit of animating back in the day, like
Like SFM or 2D
nothing
animation?
serious, but it's 2D, and like you don't need a tablet for SFM.
Yeah. I figured. That's why I was curious. I was like,
Could use it for Blender though.
Yeah, which I learned like a bit of Blender, and then a fucking big UI change. Now I know nothing about it. It's like learning a second language.
yeah.
How would I ever do that?
That is the thing. It is kind of. I remember when the update for Blender rolled out, it was to make it a little more user friendly, like beginner friendly even, because like which would be good for me because I wanted to, and it made things a little easier. It didn't get me hooked on it because God, try as I might, it's a nightmare to learn that program.
It also doesn't. It kind of you have to wait until all the like tutorial videos update, because now that things been changed around, can we really trust that donut tutorial anymore?
Oh no, he made an updated 2.8 version.
Oh, great.
Oh, thank
So
God.
I tried it. I tried the donut, and I fucked up. I don't know how. I followed every rule just fine, but I fucked up. I don't like those tutorials. I'm sorry, Blender Guru. I hate those tutorials because he doesn't explain everything. He just explains how to do it, you know, with the tools, but not exactly how to use the tools every time. Like, man, it's like, okay, now we're gonna do this, but he doesn't say how he does it. He just does it, and it's like, great, thanks.
Thank I remember my friends always talking about Blender Guru. And
Hi guys. Hello. He's not Australian, is he?
Is he British?
He's something.
New Zealand? Kiwi?
Probably New Zealand.
Cute.
He sounds like Draw with Jazza.
I haven't listened to Draw with Jazz.
He's also Australian.
Too long. I remember when they made they made a list of like free art programs, and they listed Krita as actually one of the best ones.
Oh yeah, totally. Totally.
Yeah, it's a fun program.
Yeah.
Anyways, what was the next question? we have more than
that's a good question.
That was a good conversation. I like this question by at @Tramina_art. Is Vel awesome?
Debatable.
Subjective, yeah.
I mean, like, what aspect?
Yeah, in what aspect?
I don't know. I think that's a pretty objective question.
I don't know, man.
Guess it depends.
It's objectively subjective.
Yeah. Yeah, that. What he
Write
said.
your answer in the comments below.
Yeah.
Is Vel awesome?
That's how we're gonna get our viewer interaction. Please write what, like, if I want a 12-page essay on why or why not Vel isn't awesome.
Man, I wonder if there's a way we could interact with chat and do the podcast live.
I don't think it's a good
Twitch
idea.
Thing you What's this Twitch thing you ever?
I don't want to live stream the podcast. We can't put
yeah.
the visuals, and then if we say something really
Yeah, we can.
stupid, it's gonna be there forever.
And then, like,
put
we
up
say the
visuals.
wrong thing. We can't
Yeah,
cut it
you're
out.
screwed.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna
There, it's
slip and say one of the
real.
many inappropriate things you say after when you don't cut it out.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that's holding us back.
Like
what?
sponsors that you don't have.
Yeah.
That's not holding us back. It's just an obstacle. It's like it's just something we're getting to. All right, it's a process. I haven't even put the business inquiries link in there yet. All right, I'm sure once I put that there,
We want our first sponsor to be someone special.
our first time to be special.
Sponsors, can you sponsors, can you please leave a comment saying, giving us a paragraph as to why Vel is or isn't awesome? Whichever is
Official
the
Raid
best
Shadow
one,
Legends
whichever's the best one,
comments.
we'll Top 10
Yeah,
reasons
listen.
why Vel is not
Listen,
awesome.
I'm sure some guy, sponsor manager at Raid Shadow Legends HQ is just looking, and he's like, they haven't posted the link to their business inquiries.
Maybe that's why we haven't got any sponsors.
The moment they
Yeah.
update their business inquiries, I'm gonna he's just revving to go. He's so ready. So ready. I hope. I pray. Pray, dear Lord.
Yeah.
What if the Nerd Spectrum sponsor comes to us too? Like, hey, Level Up Coffee.
God, I don't want to record in their Discord.
Oh, it's a thing. They have to record in their Discord, don't you?
Really?
Yeah, I remember that's a thing that we were mentioning with the Nerd Spectrum, where part of the deal is that they have to record the podcast in the official Level Up Coffee Discord server.
Oh God.
It's a weird standard.
Yeah, because
That is a very weird rule.
Cold Brew CJ is like with them or something.
Got
It's
the
connected
inside
through
scoop.
It's connected through CJ. And poor Joe, we always kind of not make fun of him. We goof on it. We goof on him with podcast jokes and whatnot. And even though he's like apparently not even really part of the process, he's like The third wheel of the whole thing.
Like he told
Poor
us
Joe.
in a VC that he's kept in the dark most of the time.
He's not updated on like any like it's way too professional. You know, I like the blockchain method of literally no fucking idea what you're doing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
everyone's the third wheel.
It took like
We don't-
30
we don't
minutes to
want an
prepare for this
episode 2
episode.
again.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it took like 30 minutes to prepare for just this episode.
Yeah.
They are the planned monkey event. We're the random monkey event.
Yeah. We're were we
Yeah.
also planning like we're almost considering like cuz I had to do something around noon and we're thinking of like waking up at 10 in the morning or something ridiculous. And
Oh no, he's cutting. His internet's
like,
dying.
everyone
Oh no.
woke up at that time.
Man. Thank God he's recording through Audacity.
Dude, we literally can't fucking hear what he's saying.
No.
This is the worst thing to happen. Oh no. I don't know how the audience is gonna hear this.
It's
But-
gonna be a mixture of both. That's how I'm gonna put it.
Great.
Am I back?
Just
Packing
sit
it
out
up.
for like a minute. Anyways,
You good?
God,
No,
who the
no, he's
fuck
not
is
good.
downloading
Oh God.
goddamn 10
It's not even talking
gigabytes of
anymore.
porn?
We were so close to fucking 40 minutes. Anyways, fuck.
What do we talk about until his internet gets?
I don't know if I want to ask viewer questions while he's not here. In spirit.
Yeah, I guess I could put out a little update. I changed my
There we
microphone.
go.
Oh yeah, we were talking about microphones
Yeah.
a little earlier.
Hello?
Oh
Oh,
my.
there he is.
Is it really that
No,
bad?
he's
Never
not
mind.
back. But yeah, you were recommending some mics to me, weren't you?
Yeah, since you could get like podcast mics for like relatively cheap these days.
But there might be. Oh, he's gone.
Oh,
He's literally
out of the
he literally
VC.
disconnected. Oh my god, it's just us. What the hell do we do? Fuck, we have no guest.
Well, well, for my new microphone, previously I used an Audio Technica, which is one mic that I see a lot of people recommend, which I definitely do, but I like this more personally. The EVRE320 Professional. It's a dynamic microphone, so it's like just more professional. This is intended for like vocalists, you know, like in music and drumming. So there's like a little switch, and you could hear a slight difference.
How much did that cost you?
Over
Say.
$300, but since this is Canadian, it would probably be like also $300 American.
Yeah.
Because I did have
Well,
to
that's
pay
ex-
for shipping. And
That's
importing.
exactly why I'm apprehensive with like, oh yeah, look at these mics are. Hey, hold on. There he is. These mics are all cheap and stuff. Like, I don't want them to be shit. They're probably gonna be shit.
I mean, you could like one thing that I do when searching for a new microphone is I listen to reviews, just to see the audio quality itself.
I can do that because, man, I have some money. I have like 200. I'm willing to dump into like a mic or something.
Yeah.
Preferably
from,
though, I'd like to spend it on a mic and a headset.
From what I hear from like seeing old not XLR, like old what's the word I'm looking for? For condenser microphones, it doesn't matter the microphone. What matters is the mixer.
Oh, the mixer is like something else entirely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like essentially the amp. So like you control the settings of the mic, but like all the mics are essentially the same.
Yeah. The Snowball's what I use. I was considering getting a Yeti though, because you hear those are all right.
I used the Yeti for a bit, and like I'm not a big fan of the Yeti because of how like I guess the settings are. So I can't set it in a one particular setting and then keep it like that.
Oh yeah. It's probably because it does have limited settings. I mean, for me, I would just use it as a mic regularly. Like I don't think I'd have too much variation in how I use it, but still.
I like the Snowball because it's just you plug it in and it's ready to use.
I'm guessing that if I got a better quality mic, I suppose, I wouldn't be used to that because I've always used a Blue Snowball.
Yeah.
And it's always so simple, USB mics and whatnot.
Yeah.
Also, Tuna, you still there? Oh, kinda.
I am very much glad that I found out the Go XLR mixer. Because I've seen some YouTubers use it. I initially saw Keemstar use it on Drama, because he pressed the button with the echo effects, and I'd like something like that. And then what really got me into purchasing it is that I saw the YouTuber Call Me Carson use it. He's a bit of a he's a bit of a funny man, a bit of a comedian.
Yeah. You know what? I could look into that too. Tuna, what mic do you use if you're online? No, it's still lagging out.
You want to restart your router again?
Good answer. I didn't hear it. Well, at least you were a guest for most of the podcast.
Oh.
Yeah. That's gonna sound weird because the audience is gonna hear what he's.
I use a
little bit.
Yeah,
Hey?
a little.
Huh?
We can comprehend you.
For that 1
I don't
second.
even know if my.
Speak.
Can you hear me?
No, we can't hear you.
Hello?
Damn, on the moment I thought we'd have a normal, nice episode. You always do
I
this.
promise it doesn't sound this bad usually.
Just
It was
But
ignore him.
God damn it.
you know what? He's probably actually giving an answer, and we'll have to wait for
Probably.
the editing process
No.
so we could comprehend.
Actually,
him.
we're not gonna know until you start editing. Yeah.
I this is really
So,
beyond my
listeners,
control. I
don't
wish.
know what mic he's using. I can't even
I
hear him.
wish I could.
This is
You know
what
what?
I'm
Okay,
hearing.
Tuna.
Fuck,
If you can
my
still
Wi-Fi is
hear us and
killing
comprehend us,
itself.
here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna talk like normal. Then we're gonna give you some space to say something, and then do in editing.
Yeah.
That's when it'll be put in.
So I use a Turtle Beach.
Epic.
All right, cool.
I use a Turtle Beach Recon 50X gaming chat mic for Xbox. $60, and it's lasted me 4 years, and that's pretty good in my book. I would buy it again.
One thing I definitely need is a new stand. I want a stand that doesn't clamp
Oh,
onto the
no.
desk. Mostly because the stand I'm using right now has a cable
Hello?
inside of it,
Hello?
and one of the clamps is missing,
Am I
and
back?
it's sort of tilting on my desk.
I came back from hell.
Oh, yeah.
I have an extra
My
bar
stand's
now.
pretty nice, actually. I still
Um,
like it. Oh my god, he's back. I'm so sorry.
Sort of had a little discussion while you were
Away. Yeah.
It's okay.
on vacation.
Yeah. I don't know why my Wi-Fi it's never been this bad. This is pretty bad. It's been like this for this is the second day.
It's been pretty alright most of the podcast, though.
I don't know why. I really wanted to be on the podcast.
This has been happening in the last night.
Yeah.
Also, during editing, is it gonna sound like he's all echoed? Or how are you gonna do that, Tyc?
It's probably going to be I'm going to put a little preview on how he sounds,
Okay.
so the viewers get a hint.
Because the beginning of one of the episodes, I remember I was super Mr. Robotic.
Was that episode 2?
You know, I get it. Just happens. Little editing mistake. Man, I do think it's interesting if I could tap on the whole grooming stuff that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It all happens at once, doesn't it?
Oh, well,
And I understand why it all happens
as
at
you were
once. But
speaking, or as I was in hell, I was looking through Twitter because what else
it's
to
gone
do,
again. God damn it. We lost him.
and yet another person came up.
Yeah. I agree.
Yes.
Or unless that was a bad thing, I disagree.
What he said. This is.
You know, we were able to salvage at least 40 minutes of this.
This is the worst.
God damn it. This is why we didn't have you on the other episode. No, yeah. I saw that. I think that's what inspired me to mention it. The post from the person.
Have you seen this? That
person. Yeah, we still have some of the viewer questions.
Oh, thank God.
That are actually serious viewer questions.
Yeah.
From Demon, good friend Demon. Any shows y'all love? We were talking about shows a while ago. Not too while ago, but like, you were ridiculing me for not watching Breaking Bad.
It's a good fucking show. Watch it.
Sure it is. It's so long though. I dedicate all that time to watching my D&D podcast.
Look, here's the thing. The show's done. There's like no more new episodes. That'll be like make it easier to consume.
True.
Yeah, there are a few shows that I need to finish watching, like The X-Files, which initially I started watching it on Netflix, but literally the next day after I started watching, it's gone. It was removed. I wanted to watch it on Netflix, so I the entire show.
Yeah, it's similar to the Harley Quinn show, which you sent me. You sent me the
season 2.
Yeah, but I haven't gotten around to watching it.
I
want to though.
Yeah, I watched season 2 with a friend.
Yeah.
Not to spoil anything, but I think the ending of season 2 was so grand. It's like I could not think of a better way to end a show, at least writing wise. Try not to spoil anything, but
yeah, I don't.
Condiment King kills.
No. Because God, I'd want to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, I love that I love that the Harley Quinn show is a goof on the DC universe entirely, but at the same time, it doesn't disrespect the universe or the characters.
It's still its own thing. It's not. Its whole identity isn't just make fun of this.
Mm-hmm.
It has substance. Are you back?
For the time being.
For good?
Oh my God, I can hear you.
Nice.
Hey.
Now we're
Do you have any shows you like?
Huh?
And we talk about shows.
Yeah. Do you have any shows you like?
Well, just today I watched some Agretzko for the first time. I've heard good things about that, and so I checked it out.
Was that the one show, little anime show about the
red panda?
Angry secretary.
Not well, as accounting. They work at a trading firm or whatever. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah. I what else? Also, I
mean, I haven't watched like ingesting too much content, I guess. I want to watch The Witcher show. I really want to watch The Witcher show on Netflix.
The Witcher show on Netflix.
I hear it's decent. And I'm a big fan of The Witcher 3. Speaking of on Netflix, yeah. I recently fucking played Witcher for like 11 hours straight. And I went into VC, and then these guys, my good old friend chums, were like, "What is wrong with you? Like, are you okay? You played Witcher for the past 10 hours.
I can't think of like anything I could do for 10 hours sleep.
Good video game. I mean, yeah, that's about the only thing.
I've got plenty of other shows that I've watched and that I highly recommend. I've been watching The Boys, which is like another superhero show. Like, here's the thing. I've watched 3 superhero shows, at least live action ones. I'm not too familiar with superhero, say for like the big ones. It's a fun series to watch. Like, it's very mature. It's definitely not for the general audience, but it's more for like a certain audience that likes like the dark and grittiness of like Zack Snyder films, but also like the intense storytelling of it's intense, to say the least.
I just thought of a question I want to ask. Would you say that for the Harley Quinn show, like, you already have to be a DC fan or Batman fan?
Well, if you like
to enjoy
if
it,
you're familiar with some of the characters, then you would understand like the references. Like, if you just watch the Dark Knight trilogy, then there's a couple nods to the Dark Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'd have to be familiar with the character, but not too familiar. You don't have to read like 400 issues worth of comics to understand the show. You could just like watch.
Yeah.
You could just watch like Batman the Animated Series, or like any Justice League show.
I remember I grew up with the Justice League show, or like one of them at least, when I was younger. It was very good. And there goes Tuna again. I would consider myself a DC fan. Like I like DC and Marvel in their own rights. And I agree with the criticisms as well. The DC movies, at least ones I've seen, aren't that good, and Marvel movies are kind of like all exactly the fucking same. But and they gotta prints money. It works.
Yep, they found the formula. I hate to say the F word, but it's a formula.
Formula. Yeah.
I do think like DC recently, like I was going to bring this up, but DC got their they announced a whole bunch of content that's coming out in the next like 2 years with the DC Fandom. You got a bunch of trailers for like the new Suicide Squad reboot movie.
Oh yeah, were they redoing that? Or they were just redoing the whole movie?
It's technically a sequel, but also a reboot. It's like that. It's like the situation with like Halloween 2018, where it's technically a sequel, but it's also technically a reboot.
Yeah. Hey, Tuna.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to end my part of the podcast early because this is not my Wi-Fi is
Alright.
dumping.
Say goodbye.
Be sure to send the thing.
I can't even hear you guys right
be sure
now.
to send it.
It's been a pleasure listening and trying to talk.
In the thumbnail, you're gonna be like glitching the fuck out.
I can't hear.
Like the foot and a half.
I can't hear you guys, but I hope you're saying goodbye.
Thanks for being on, though. Still gotta wrap this up.
It's like the first time a guest leaves mid-session.
What if we're going mid-session? It's pretty much the end.
Yeah.
But I mean, actually, you know what? With how absent he's been, this is mid-session. All right.
Yeah, to go back for the DC Fandom, there's a lot of content that I'm excited for, particularly the Matt Reeves Batman movie. The Suicide Squad reboots, it sounds interesting because it's like, it's 100% James Gunn's own vision. Because like,
I think I'm hopefully I'll actually like that one, because I remember in theaters I actually saw Suicide Squad.
Yeah. From what I heard, behind the scenes, the Suicide Squad production was a huge mess. The executives came in on set and told them to change a lot of things to like try to be more like Marvel instead of being, themselves.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that, didn't it?
Yeah.
It really did feel like he was just trying to be Marvel.
And then the whole Justice League Zack Snyder situation occurred, where like Zack Snyder had to leave like at like the quarter end of production because a lot of unfortunate events occurred, and he had to take a break. And then what the plan was, get another director in to finish the shoots. So they got Joss Whedon, who did the first two Avenger movies. And then he fucked the production so hard that the movie was unrecognizable. He literally reshot the entire movie and made something new.
Jesus. Do you even have that much fucking like time and money to I don't understand how you can reshoot something so entirely so quickly. And why do people keep doing it?
I don't know. It's like
it's never
a pretty
idea.
whack situation, and then like the fans spoke against the whole thing, and they wanted Zack Snyder's cut of the movie and not like this weird mess of a tone, disgusting mess.
It is weird how malleable when you realize like production can actually be. At least from what you hear, like you think about it, it's like you imagine a show being made or like a movie being made, and it's very clean cut. You got a clear plan the whole way through, and you go through and you do it. But then all these things keep over. It's like, well, actually, it's way more chaotic, I suppose, than you may anticipate. Especially if things go wrong. Really, no, I don't really make movies.
This happens more often than you think, where like movies get shot and something unexpected occurs. Like with Deadpool 2, one of the stunt doubles passed because of a fatal accident.
Oh yeah. Oof. Yeah.
To go back to Justice League, it was announced that the Snyder Cut is finally getting released in like 4 different in 4 parts. So you get like the part 1 of 4. Like it's coming to the HBO Max, the Snyder cut, which I don't expect the movie to be like groundbreaking, and I think I've mentioned this, but I expect it to be a big shift in filmmaking wise, because like this is the first time a movie gets completely fucked, and now it's getting essentially fixed because you're getting the original director's vision.
Yeah, so, right, I think that's annoying of like the executives marching in. You know, you gotta appeal to the executives, of course. Yeah. That's why I really like indie productions or like indie video games. They're so uniquely themselves, and some of them are just so beautifully shit.
Yeah, there's like
it's good, but
there's like no compromise with independent. You know, say for like, I guess depending on the budget, there might be a few.
I would much rather watch an indie, you know, like kind of small production heap of garbage than a super executive mess, I guess.
Especially since it's like these superhero movies have a bigger impact on like the way people act today than they did like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have slowly seen the rise of stan culture, and like it's essentially normalized, where like 10 years ago it would have been seen as creepy that you're stalking the actors, and like now every other person is stalking Tom Holland or Robert Downey Jr.
You've been going for a while though. Do you have any other closing thoughts?
Not particularly. I got like most of the topics that I wanted to cover, like 1 of 2.
I have one topic I want to mention quickly. It was shoved to the very end where no one will ever hear it. I recently came across this band called the Gayest Monkey Lesbian Lover Band with Puking Courses in Windows, and it is the best thing ever. Again, look it up online on YouTube. I will say it again. Quote unquote, the Gayest Monkey Lesbian Lover. I don't think triple guess is a good idea.
Yeah.
That wasn't the plan.
When did Dom join the equation? Did he just like sneak in?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just Ty in here, and I decided, hey, what if I joined the SVC?
And they won't leave us alone.
You're bullying me.
Who the hell is it?
You're bullying me.
Get good, Nami.
Oh, Good Nami? Is that the groomer?
Yeah.
It's the original.
It's all I can think about is how fucking.
My statement.
Wait, did this person actually do something? I thought that was a joke.
They actually
Yeah.
I thought that
did,
was just
apparently.
fucking Rad Beetle, stupid idiot.
My statement.
Because I've never heard anyone else talk about this other than Rad.
Followed by Kumo.
Oh no.
Oh no. Only 10 people I know follow this person.
Should we
Only
tell
like- only
Kumo to
they know.
unfollow?